Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Where are you? Who are you? Is that what you want? Because that's what's going to fucking happen. Hello there. It's nearly 2 o'clock in the morning here, but I thought, squeeze one in. Done a lot today. Done a lot. Made the most of a Tuesday. Well, not made the most of a I haven't. I haven't actually had a moment rest, but I think I'll do that after this stream. Only going to probably be about an hour. No clips, no memes. There'll probably be a metaphor. There'll probably be a bit of say and search that tends to occur. Before we try and guess who today's thumbnail scrub is, and I think we should have another look at it. I'll give you a little bit of background on today's thumbnail scrub. A few extra clues. A few extra Danny LaRue's. Now, this scrub, there you go. Not that one, obviously. Not that one with the glasses, the other one. He's in here about, I'd say, a good 85% of the time. And by that, I mean on the screen. In the chat. Yeah, he's in the chat. No. Many people have suggested that other people are Jeffrey Sharla. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Lee Anti-NWOKN7591. Hello, Emma. Good to see you. All right, Steve. Hello, Rags. Grim. It's not Buffalo Soldier not this time. Hello, James. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you too, Richard, of course. Hello, Paul. Hello, LC350. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Livy. Nyanthos is here. Williams on the firm. So this is an OG scrub. The fella's always here. Active in the chat. There you go. What else can I say? I think, because there's so little to go on with... Unless you've been in the private streams, which you can become a member of this channel and get in the private streams. Hello, Henry. Good to see you, son. Unless you've actually seen the person before, it's quite hard. But I just want to show you this other image that I made up, because I put together all the blokes that have Emma, you're not on this, I'm afraid, love, but this is just all the blokes. I don't think I've missed one here, but this is all the blokes of the last week that have sent their photos in to get on the thumbnail, and it's quite the army. I'd be very happy to go into battle with these boys. Would they me? Unlikely. But hello, Glenn. Good to see you. It isn't Karl Marx. No, we've had Santa so many times this week. Hello, Pizzle. How are you? Hello, Honey Monster. Nice to see you. Magnon's on the firm. Yendor's in. Paul. Hello, Paul. It's not Bellamy. It's not Blessed. Hello, Scorre. Hello, John. John was once banned. Good Lord, what happened there? Hello, Winston. It's not Zardoz, but what a movie that is. I'm Jed. Can nothing turn this man on? I thought they were talking about me. It's not Steve Cray. No, it is not Steve Cray. Hello, Marzipan. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hello, Hans. But hello, John. Good to see you. Chicken. Oh, yeah. Now, is the first... Oh, yeah. Greetings, you pack of plucky protagonists. There you go. Loving that one. Good call, John. Hello, Anglo. Hoyt to that. Opening the doors of Griftation with a mere 65 people in here. He just doesn't care, does he? Wait, I want to show you. Can I show you a ribeye? But not like I usually do. Just show you it. It looks really heavily marbled. I've never seen one like it. I want to know whether it's good, bad, unusual. Now, if you don't want to talk shop because you're not working, I'll fully understand that. Nice one on the Lady Godiva, but if you give me permission, I'd like to show you a ribeye I bought, because I've never seen one like that. All right, Vincent. Hello, Dr. Rube. All right, King Corona. Nice to see you. The funny thing is, most of the guesses, the joke guesses, like Santa and Captain Birdseye, we've had for other people. It's not Jeff Capes. Hello, Emma. I hope you would go into battle with you too. Oh, I would. I absolutely would. If you were a shield maiden, if you were ready to fight, let's fight. Not you and me, obviously. You know what I mean? It is not Moslab. Moslab's been on the screen plenty of times. It's not God. No, it's not God. There's a good clue there, though. There's an interesting clue. Buster Brooks lurking. Good to see you there, mate. Oh, my computer's crashed. Oh, no. Rag says it wasn't me. No, okay. Steve reckons Henry Hill. It is not. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. Our pal's putting one out for everyone. You did not, Vincent? Yeah, but on a ribeye, it seems weird. Show me your marbled ribeye. That's what I was looking for. Hello, Jays. You all right over there on Twitch? When people come in, Jays, get them to sign up, can you? Say it's good here. You should subscribe. Because the last video, I had 9 unique viewers, but none of them subscribed. It's not good to me if they don't hang around a bit. Right, for those of you that don't know, Anglo-Saxon is a butcher. And I've just never seen a ribeye like this. I've never seen one like this. So I don't want loads of claret or whatever it is to drip out onto my computer. Hopefully there's enough light. The bag's there for the claret. And the nearer I get it to the light, the darker it is. But you see what I mean? It's quite marbled for a ribeye, yeah? I think you've seen enough to make your decision. Let me know what you think of that. Let me see how much that was as well. I'll let you know. Hey, it's bad actually. Straight in the bin. Right, let's see. We've had that one. Hello, Willow. Good to see you, mate. Right. Hello, Debbie. Been a while. Nice to see you. It ain't Rags. And is it Santa has been born? Yes, it really has. Manimoo thinks it looks like Wheel Farrell. Oh, okay. I don't know what to say about that. Hello, what's the name? Good to see you. John thinks it's Sub Ronnie. Melvin reckons it's Zen. John reckons it's Will. No one's got it. Hello, Emma. No, it's Zeus. That's actually brilliant. They really have. Well, I'm going to show you the. Hello, Leon. Good to see you. Socrates. It's actually Socrates Moses. Paul says marbling's only good if the cow had a natural diet. That way, the fat will have a good ratio of omega-3 to omega-6. Paul, what's your qualifications for telling me that? That's not me questioning them. I'm literally asking out of interest. No one's got it. It's not Loki. I haven't seen so much of Loki around here recently. He popped up yesterday, I think. I'm just looking for Anglo's answer on me marbling. Livy reckons it looks great. A lot of my meat does, Livy. Hello, Rune. Nice to see you, son. Looks good to me, mate. It's all about the marbling. Well, there you go. I'll take that. You see, I don't like big bits of fat on my steak, but with the marbling, cooked correctly, it just adds so much flavour to it. But if I have a big bit of fat on it, I off it off, chuck that out for the rats. Go on, you can have that, which is probably why they walk around here like the size of wolves, being fed on my steak fat. I know it's Australian. The beef here is Australian. But that was like $3.65, which in English money is about £2.50, £2.60. That ain't bad for a bit of ribeye, is it? It's cheaper than it is in Australia, according to Field Marshal Browning. No, we had pizzle yesterday. Here, look, I'll show you. It's not Pags. No, it's not Pags. It is not dog backwards, no. It's not Jimmy. Come on, we all know what Jimmy looks like. If I could remember the girl scrubber was a boy, I'd say it. Jord. It's not Jord. Jord is a very beautiful woman. It's not Arnie, but did you see on Salty Cracker? Arnie, 1 week he's posing with, how dare you, Thunberg. Couple of weeks later, his massive monster truck has eaten a Prius. It's not Arklow Rocks. It's not Plastic African. It's so funny. Hello, Plastic African. It's not Pags. It's so funny that, you know, when you finally find out who it is, it's not Kajetto. No. When you find out who it is, you'll think, oh, why hasn't anyone said him? Because he's proper OG. It's not James, no. Do you reckon, Rob, it would be expensive for sure, but not that much, not 20 bonds, surely. It's not Livy, no. Anyway, have a look at the collection I've done. I've done a collection of all the sorry, Emma, but I just wanted to do a male only one. Look, I don't think I've missed anyone. So there we've got all the ones this week. Middle top, Otto Sump. On the right of him, Space Hopper Mark. On the far left of the top one, balls. That's today's one. That's why you don't. Oh, hang on. Have I even put today's one on that? What's going on here? Oh no, I haven't got today's one on the collection. Cool as hell, though, isn't it? Look, Pizzle down there, Rags down there. Amazing. Andrew, Tavern, and then today's one. I'm going to tell you it is. And I wonder if someone's going to go, I said that. Let me just see those last entries. It's the funny scrub. It's not Grego. Do you really, Liam? How comes? Or is that just giving it the large? Not Liam. It's not the custard. Lee says they look like brothers are set for Pizzle. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. They look like brothers. They're a handsome bunch of blokes, though, aren't they? Look at that. Look at the scrubbage on that. Wouldn't chuck that out with the scrubbage, would you? Emma says 42 printed my thumbnail out and put it in a frame. Oh, amazing. Amazing. It's not Raf's child, no. Lizzie's laughing and someone thinks it's her. Right, you ready? Yeah, no, I've checked it, Rags. Don't worry about that. Will be used. These middle of the night streams, I don't really want to get into politics. This is just a chat. We get to hang out. You know, I know it's becoming evening in the UK. John says, can we go back to the Asian birds? Well, I haven't seen Cheryl Peters in a while. I'm worried. Have it. Raymond says, ring explained. Metal detecting find. 12th century. Bishop's ring. And I have my finger in it. Referring to your avatar, of course. Well, that's not bad. I mean, what is it? What is it gold? Interesting. Marzipan just coughed and a piece of toast came down his nose. Yeah, nice. Thank you, Raymond. Much appreciato, the 5 to party. Right, you ready? When I tell you, it's going to be a lot of people going, duh. I'm just making sure there's no final. Ready? Go on, I'll let you do it. He's in here. Go on, say 'tis I. I will do the drum roll, but I'm waiting for him to put it in the chat. It's not Dennis, no. Come on, I can't keep this up for much longer. It's giving me wrist ache. Hello, Tito. Oh, maybe he's gone for a piss or something. Hello, historical doppelganger. Hello, free farm exploits. Boom. There you go. Boom. LC 350. There you go. That, my friend, let's get back to it. That's LC 350. What a fucking good looking lad he is. Look at that. Look at the power of it. Look at it. That is... Did you really, Pizzle? Sorry, mate, if you really did. I'll tell you what. As if you can't... I'll tell you, he reminds me of... Do you remember Strontium Dog, the cartoon, Carlos Esquera? Do you remember Wolf, his sidekick? He looks like... Let me see if I can find a drawing of him. Strontium Dog, Carlos Wolf. So Strontium Dog had a sidekick called Wolf. Oh, there was a typing error, was there? Oh, that's not like me. Where's old Wolfie? There you go. There's a picture of him. Absolutely perfect picture of him as well. Here we go. Look. I'll chuck it up there right now. Nice one, LC350, for sending that one in. That'll go on the wall of fame tomorrow. But look at the absolutely wolf on that. Can you see that? Is it on the screen? Hello, Philip. Good to see you, mate. But I think it's been a very successful week. I think some good-looking lads, some tough, strong people. Look at them. Look. They're coming over the mountains. Over the mountains. Can't think of anything else they're doing over the mountains. Oh, I know what I should have gone for. Bam, they come from the land of the ice and snow at the midnight. Oh, well, he said this in the email. He had a shave at the weekend. So he's no more like that. Yes, Amy, that's the spirit. There she go. There you go. Manny Moo says they shoulder form a heavy metal band. Scrubs Army. Well, Scrubs Black Ops, I think. You know, it's a bit Scrubs Special Forces. You know, they're so over the mountains, pissing in fountains. Leon says, hint, I was a rent boy in the 90s. If ever you see my pic, I look like an old retired rent boy. Well, you know, it's hard work and it's going to start showing, isn't it? So, you know, over the mountains, pissing in fountains, retiring from rent, boy. Hello, Steve. Been a while, son. Hope you're well. We had this the other day. It's like a gigolo, but for blokes, so not as good. It's like every man's dream that went wrong at the last minute. Plastic, African, pissing in fountains, we all have our history. Right, we're going to have a little sing-along, right? So this is the Scrubs Special Forces song. So I'll open up. So get thinking now. It's very simple. No rhyming needed. I'm going to open up with over the mountains. Then I'm going to put marzipans in. Pissing in fountains. Then I'm going to go. So you should be writing yours now. So I'm going to scroll down that chat. And anything that looks like it'll fit that meter, I'm going to put in the song. So here we go. Scrubs! Hoita! Over the mountains, pissing in fountains, money for chocolate, weak. That's it, ended. Right, I'm going to let you have a little bit of time to think. Ready? We'll start again. Over the mountains, pissing in fountains, money for chocolate, spewing on pavements, riding elephants, ripping up curtains, don't be a robot, waiting for the reset, stop, start. Juice of Jordan, Biden is pouting, whipping up boundaries, shooting up nasties, sucking on truffles, running on beaches. What's a rent, boy? Well done, people. I think we got somewhere. I think we made something happen. I think we made stick it up your bumper, bum, boom, 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 government, cock jockey, boom, boom, boom. Well, it had its moment, didn't it? It had its time. It had its time. It certainly had its time. Now, Space Hopper Mark, who we had on the stream, who featured yesterday, I think. He's in an advanced vintage in life, but he still likes a BMX. And yeah, this is a saying search. Remind me to tell you about the bin bag in Soho. That's all I need reminding. Very little story, but it's an absolute shocker. It's not like a long story. There's no real denouement. There's not like, it's just I remembered it today. I was writing my novel. I actually took it out of the novel because it wasn't necessary. So, but I thought I'll remember that. It's a cracking little bit. But anyway, yesterday, Mark sent me a video of a young lad. He's a young BMXer called Kieran. Now, I've got a bit of a bittersweet relationship with these boys because this fella, I'm going to show you now. This fella's name is Sebastian Keep. He's a Red Bull sponsored BMXer. Not for what he does these days, but back in the day, he was like top of the tree sort of thing. So Red Bulls have given him the you can't buy the Red Bull crash hats in the shops. Red Bull, it's kind of like it's like a badge of honor. If Red Bull give you the crash hat, it's like, whoa. And this young boy who Sebastian Keep here has nurtured and has turned into one of the best BMXers in the world. But this fella Sebastian also set up a company making BMXs called Tall Order. and he's got a little team together, tall order. Do you remember when we showed the footage of a load of lads who found that disused reservoir, and they all dropped in down the side of it, and it was mayhem trying to get out, and they were jumping up and doing all tricks? So I wrote to Sebastian Keep, and I said, "Hello, Sebastian." I said, "I'm really impressed with obviously your career, but I'm also impressed with the way you've dived in, and you've gone up against some rather big boys, and you've got your own brand of BMXs, and it's really going well, his business. You know, that it went from his bedroom to a little office to a warehouse, and now they can barely keep up with sales because he's also been clever marketing it by getting these young lads like Kieran, who I'm going to show you in a minute, on his team." And I emailed him and said, "Would you come on my channel and just 20, 30 minutes, have a chat, talk about how you set up your business, why you set it up, things that you could, maybe explain to people what they need to think about, just to share his experience with us, so some of us might have got something out of him." He wrote back to me. He said, "That sounds like a lovely idea." Hang on, I need some water. He said, "That sounds like a lovely idea." And I said, "Brilliant." I said, "Well, let me know when you're free, because when you expect someone else, he's got a wife and a kid and a business and a YouTube channel." I said, "Let me know when you're free, and I'll make myself available and we'll do it." He said, "Yeah, sure." Didn't hear from him. Emailed him. I said, "Sebastian, it's been a few weeks now, nothing. I was wondering if you're still up for it." Nothing. Wrote him another email. I said, "Sebastian, is it because you don't want to appear on my channel because the sort of political bias of my channel?" Just ignored, which means yes. A little bit not impressed with that. Anyway, there's a certain move in where are we going to start this? We'll start it here. There's a move in BMXing called a flare. And a flare is sort of like you go up like an half pipe. You can do them off of quarter pipes. You can do them off of, I've seen Sam Pilgrim do them off a little bump in the road. But it's like a somersault and a turn. So imagine going up the ramp, somersault, but rather than just smash your head back into the ramp, you turn as well. So you ride down the somersault. So Red Bull got this lad, Kieran Riley. He's only about 23, 24, if that. And they said, "Why don't you try and do a triple flare?" So that's going up and doing 1, 2, 3, and them getting the turn in and riding away. Now, they tried it. He spent 6 days. They built a ramp especially for it. He smashed his head. He got concussion. He smashed his neck. He done his ribs in. Took 6 months off. Came back. And I will now show you day 9. Now, this will probably get the channel banned in some countries, but I can always drop it out. Yes, Keith is a smart bloke. Good fun as well. He's actually quite a laugh, surprisingly enough. So have a little, Otto, but blatantly for political reasons, which was, unnecessary. I didn't even want to talk politics with him. Anyway, someone just said lefty's gonna left. Yeah, sorry, I saw it. I did say it was called a flare. I did say that. I suppose it could have been the drugs. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. So anyway, so here we go. Kieran Riley, I'm just telling you where he got to. So he done 6 days where he was trying it every day, injured himself, didn't have the adrenaline in the bottle to try again. Give it 6 months break, come back, and this is now the 9th day. So check it out. It's quite a nice little bit of footage, actually. I'll have to do it again so that you actually have audio. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to loop myself. Otherwise, you'll get a terrible echo. Let me know you've got audio, though, please. I just realised if I turn my volume down, I'd have to mute my mic. I mean, check it out. Look. Whoa! You wait till you see his face. They'll show you a different shot now. Watch. But think of the consequences of stacking that. Look how chuffed he is. Wait.
We've been involved with a lot of stuff. That from like as far as like the mental side of things, and just a sheer commitment is like one of the most impressive things I've seen by far.
Mate, dude,
oh my god,
the biggest thing I've ever seen just went down. Yeah, I am mind blown.
And Mr. Jordy.
Even better, huh?
Even better, mate. Even better.
There you go. Enough of that. Too many hippies now. On the same page. Haven't seen you in a while, son. What's happening? Hi, mate. Been drunk last month. What, you've been drunk for the whole month? Oh, dear. Well, have you enjoyed it? Or has it not been pleasurable? Nice one for the donation. We've just hit 100 people, actually, so I'll get the doors of Griftation open. What's been going on the same page? You just... What? Have you just been on a mad binge? I'm not sure if that's... I think that might be quite a bad thing. Or are you just saying you got drunk a couple of times last month, which is all right if you enjoyed it. But it sounds to me like you've been absolutely shattered. Doors of Griftation, back out over the mountains, Judah pissing in fountains, booty. Let me just pin this. Pinner. Oh, it looks like I missed another super chat. What happened there? Hang on, sorry about all this technical difficulties we're experiencing. It is late here, by which I mean early. Hang on. Pinner. There you go. If someone could confirm that we are indeed pinned up there. What happened on the same page? Thanks for the 10-bit. Appreciate cuckoo. I think I've missed another donation. Been all drunk last month. That's a terrible story. I'll tell you about the plastic, the bin bag now. It's not the bag of rats. To be honest with you, hello Rathschild, didn't see you in here. Hello Lumi. Did I say hello to you, Lee? John Palmer, Tito. I'm sure I just saw another super chat. Maybe it just came in. Vartan. Hang on, what's going on? I've missed someone's super chat, haven't I? I definitely have. Unless I already read it out, and I'm actually, like I say, I have been proper busy today. I worked this morning before the stream, done the stream, then worked, and it was a nightmare because that's what work is half the time. Loads of bad news, which is always good. Then I went and saw the missus. It was Mr. Piper. There you go, have it. I didn't miss it after all, but a new one just come through because I heard it go, Vart. Hair in the gate has got 20 minutes until his toad in the hole is ready. Lovely. Lovely. Nice one, Pizzle. You the man. No, you the man. Were you here earlier when I put up all the male scrubs that have appeared on the thumbnails? Grim's been drinking a bit too much this year. Bloody hell, it's only been 26 days. Well, hello there, R4 Lights. Hello, Matthew. Thank you for that, Pizzle. It's LC350, Otto. LC350. Another. All right, Amy, see you in a bit. Another big bearded unit of a man. Have you seen The Gentleman with Hugh Grant? I have seen The Gentleman. I don't remember Hugh Grant being in it. Is it a Shane Ritchie movie? Is there a bit where the main character's wife's being raped, and just as he's about to rape her, he comes in and shoots him? It came across to me as somewhat of a multicultural kind of gangster promo movie, but if that's what if that's what you want to do. I mean, I did kind of enjoy it, but I just get a little bit sick of all that. Oh, okay, I get it. There's them, there's that lot. The message, when the message comes through. On the same page, tell me the situation, my friend. I would much like to know. Right, hang on, people. Let's just have a little look at this. Nice one, Respawn. Been a while since I've seen you. 'Tis me saying hello. Dropping a Lady Godiva. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to see you too. Hugh Grant is certainly in it. Is that the same film I'm thinking about? He's got a cannabis empire. I mean, I did watch it and it was all right. Hugh Grant was the reporter. Grant is the main character. Now I'm thinking of a different movie. Let me get the trailer up for The Gentleman. That ain't Hugh Grant. Not a chance. I may be wrong. Never be 100%, but I don't think it is. Shane Ritchie movie. Yeah, that ain't Hugh Grant. It's Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, look, we'll have a look. Respawn, thanks for that 5-bit. And I did hear another donatiato come through, so we'll deal with that before we have a look at a bit of The Gentleman. Here we go. Bosh that over there. Maximize. So Gaffney says Grant is the main character. Not a chance. Matthew McConaughey is. Palmer says he was a reporter. I don't remember Hugh Grant being in it. On the same page, drops a 20 bar. Christmas. Can't find cheap house in Cambodia. Many in Thai for 60. $60? 60,000? What are you talking about? To buy? Oh, you can out here. Thailand, property is cheaper in Thailand. Do you want to know why? Because it's not going to appreciate nowhere near as much as it will in Cambodia. Get a property in Thailand in 5 years. Who knows? Thailand's going down the pan a little bit. This is the problem with military governments. Buy a property in Cambodia in 5 years' time, it's going to have probably trebled. Cambodia is flying, but that's why. So you have to think of it like that. Nice one, mate. But yeah, as long as you're sort of joking and you had a good piss up over Christmas, but now you stopped it, I was a bit concerned that you had had a month on the lash and we didn't know how to get out of it, because we have a lot of them around these parts. Schrodinger's Gaffney says it is. What? Hugh Grant? No, that's Matthew McConaughey. The main character in The Gentleman is Matthew McConaughey. Look, we'll have a look at it now. I don't remember Hugh Grant in it, unless I'm forgetting who Hugh Grant is. Yeah, have a look at this. Let me know you've got audio. Actually, I'll run it by you. Who does the Hugh Grant character remind you of? Now, hello, Mega Essex boy. Who? And I will say this. I will say this from his base in Cambodia. I will say this. I will say it so much so that I think Hugh Grant based his character on who I'm talking about. See you later, Julian. Yeah, that is him with the glasses. Yeah, no, without a doubt. Let's find a little bit of him talking in it, because it's going to be mainly McConaughey. Here we go. Tell me who you think it is, and then I'll tell you who I reckon. Dirty Den. Dirty Den from EastEnders. Let's see if we can get a... Maybe if we go back to the beginning, we can get a... Right, now you know I think he's Dirty Den. Check it out from the beginning. Ready? Leslie Grantham. But I'm saying Dirty Den, look.
I want you to
Sorry, I've been muted for ages there. What I would say is, it is actually, look, on the same page. Thanks for that 20 spot as well, mate. And I'm glad you haven't been on a month-long bender, or even on any bender, really, I suppose, unless that's what you want to do. Shane Ritchie makes cartoons about crime. You know, that's essentially what he does. And it's tropes and it's stereotypes and it's enjoyable because you're not challenged and you just watch it and you go, yeah, I like those funny things. Real crime is boring and dangerous and just frightening. And it's usually people's lives going down the pan, in my experience anyway. And yet these cartoons, they make it out to be awesome. It's like Trainspotting. Trainspotting is a great film to watch, but it's nothing to do with heroin addiction. The only thing it's got to do with heroin addiction is they keep saying it. Oh, Raymond, I didn't have the volume up. You didn't get your fart and the tartan. Yeah, I'll give you a special. Oh, well, I don't know why you got two. That was it's because Eric Haraldson dropped one in. Let's see what Eric's got to say. Bloody hell, that's a blast from the past. If it's the same Eric that I think it is, let's see what Raymond said. I was on Canal Bridge next to the spot Dirty Den killed the taxi driver the next morning. Honorsbrook, 19... Oh, because he actually... I thought you were talking about in the soap, and then I thought... 1966, EastEnders didn't start till about 84, did it? Honorsbrook, yeah, because he killed a taxi driver. He actually done a bit of porridge, didn't he? Actually done a bit of bird for murder. Him and Angie, though, weren't they great? In those days, when you knew that the whole country was watching it, it was like, and people would start changing their Christmas dinner time to make sure everyone had finished before the Christmas Day edition come on. This, Ange, is a divorce. Raymond, what were you doing down there? Are you some kind of forensic scientist or are you an ambulance chaser? You're just down there. There's been a murder. Let's see what this very strange blast from the past says. Oh no, it looks like it's gonna question me. Here we go. I'll share it with you. Cheers, Raymond. A Prasha cookie. Here we go, people. Eric Haraldson drops a 5-bit and says, "Oi, oi, Chris. Used to watch in the past, but stopped watching a lot of channels when the coof kicked off. Started watching again recently and happy to see you and the Scrubs are as entertaining as I remember." Boom! That's a wonderful entropy. Nice one, Eric. Vartan. Absolutely amazing comment. Yeah. Well, lovely to see you. Sorry about the coof. Ends this year. I've staked my channel on it. It's over. There'll be some stains of it here and there. There'll be the odd little remnants, but on the whole, it's over. 2022. By this time next year, only lunatics will be talking as well. Frenchie said his pub burnt down. I don't know what pub he's talking about, but that's never nice, is it? Schrodinger's Gaffney says the best druggy film by far is Requiem for a Dream. The book's excellent, of course. Last Exit to Brooklyn, the book is excellent as well. Hubert Selby Jr., isn't it? What did I make of that movie? Stylized. Oh, I can't be doing that bit at the end where he goes, "Oh, she will be coming," and she's been double dildoed. Oh, she will be coming. Best druggy film is best druggy film, of course, is Drugstore Cowboy. No competition. No competition. There Are Four Lights says Trainspotting book is great. Yeah, I didn't actually finish it, but I did quite like it. I was quite impressed with what he'd done. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't finish it. Pizzle watched Trainspotting with Jess the other week. I mean, Pizzle, you've had experience with the skag. What do you make of the representation of the skag in Trainspotting? It almost seemed like a sideline. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. Oh, I've missed one from Quadrex. Thank you, Raymond. Raymond, I still want to know what you were doing down there, though. Let me know. You don't have to super chat it. I'll keep an eye out. Plastic African's got to get another brew. T-Boy. Remember, who can't... Should we have a look at it? It was incredible. He stole the Christmas Club money and he had a soap opera breakdown and it was rubbish. Was Angie a tap? No. Only because she ended up marrying that fella from Queen and they both got the same haircut. And now I can't distinguish between the two. And if ever I did, even in her prime, I'd be thinking of, what's his name? Brian Epstein? Brian May. Quadrex, you cheeky little bugger. I wonder if YouTube are going to get rid of me for saying bugger. I'm going to say, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Old ladies call us little, oh, you little dirty little bugger. Oi, Grandma, you just said I was a sodomite. You said I was a dirty sodomite. Steady on. Quadrex says, here's a little 5. Big up from the south of Ireland, man. Been watching loads of your videos today. Found you through Pepsi. Quadrex, what's happening to Pepsi? This is the last thing I heard. He contacts me. He says, I'm out of prison. He said, how do I get out there? And then I spoke to his mum and I said, is Pepsi out of prison? She said, not that I know. I was thinking, why hasn't he told his mother? And then he was talking about skipping bail. And I said, Pepsi, don't go skipping bail or doing anything stupid. Last I heard of him. Literally the last I heard from him. Nice one, Quadrex. Nice one for the donation and also for bringing up Pepsi. I haven't got Danny LaRue, what happened to him? Where's Avit Piper? I want to know what he was doing down by the river. He's in here. Oh, that's right. The old Queen Vic burned down. I think I stopped watching by then. You know, got my own pad. Vincent's now just saying best film. If we start doing that, Vincent, it goes very bad because then someone else will say, "No, best film." I mean, I'm kind of all right with genre, but did I pin that pinner? Yeah. Cumin, Fear and Loathing. What were you doing down by the river? There you go. It's funny and cool. It is cool, isn't it? They're characters. It was well marketed with Begsby steals the show, of course. Finish a pint over your shoulder. All that lot. Trainspotting was written by a bitter Scot. There is some anti-English sentiment. Kind of understandable in parts, though. Eric says best drug film is The 51st State. It's a watchable movie, but it's jank. If anyone can rise me on a Drugstore Cowboy, I'll take it, but I don't think you can. Hello, Alphabet Cat. There's ways round these things. There are 4 lights. There's ways round these things. Right, let's hang on a minute. Rags, no Rags is here. Oh, I thought you meant no Rags is here. You're all right, Osmeister. You counting down the days? How long till the woman gets in town? Oh, but you've been pulling what's left of your barnet out, haven't you? Guy Ritchie's Boozer in London, but this is the burning boozer stream. I don't know what's going on. Plastic African don't even. Now this is what's happening. A bridge too far. Some hates gangster films. Easy on the hate, Otto. You know. Queen Vic will become a mosque. Well, I used to live on Old Ford Road, and EastEnders is based on a little market area on Roman Road. And I'll tell you what, if that was true to life, there'd be about 3 white families in that. down the bow end of Roman Road. Nah, that ain't happening. It ain't like that at all. Now it's just favourite chocolate. Come on, we can do worse than this. Thought Train Spotting was about groping. Never saw it. Excellent soundtrack, but much like what Pizzle said, it's just part of the cool, isn't it? You know, it's Iggy Pop, Velvet Underground, usual suspects. Jeff says, I don't even find those twats funny or cool, just a pastiche. Pastiche is harsh, isn't it? Pastiche is like a parody without the humour. Quadrix, Pepsi, because he came on the channel. I was in touch with him. That's about when I was talking to him, I think. Was in touch with him about 9 months ago. He was out for a bit, but had to keep moving as there was a bit of an issue. I'll email you about it sometime. Well, he's on one of those stupid IPP or whatever it is, isn't he? Ah, you were on the school bus, police blockade, swarming of MPs. Then was the Royal Fusiliers. Oh, okay. Same as your old man. Your man was in the Royal Fusiliers. It just keeps coming from the glorious House of Scrubs, doesn't it? Good Lord. I am enjoying these little late chats. Melvin, the bloke that run the ICA, the Institution of Contemporary Arts, a bloke called Kudo Eshwan, he wrote a review of my first novel, and it went like this. There's a reason I'm telling you this, as you'll see. It said, if Justin Kerrigan, my novel was called Tired, etc. I published it when I was 24. He said, if Justin Kerrigan, who wrote the screenplay for Human Traffic, if Justin Kerrigan had have read Dangerfield's Tired, etc., he wouldn't have bothered writing a Human Traffic screenplay. That was the opening of the review. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, though, he did, and he made that part of crap, and not my book. I downloaded Drugstore Cat. Have you not seen it, Steve? It's a great movie. It's a great movie. There's no call. It's just good storytelling. It's good storytelling. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I've got to be honest though. I got about 10 minutes into it and was just like, how about no? Off. No. How about no? I'm not buying those characters. If they exist, I don't want to know them anyway. On the same page, drops another big 20 in. Thank you. So, if Thailand's gone, I don't want to exaggerate, but there are issues there. I mean, it's, you know, the Thai police are getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and they've always been a bit bad. Thailand used to be like a drug holiday. Now, not that makes it a good holiday, but it is a measure of the freedom. Full moon parties on the beach. You could fuck around in your scooters and that. But now it's just revenue generation. They will pull you over for anything. You're in trouble. You shouldn't be walking along the street with a bottle in your hand. $50. What? Fucking hell. You know, it's just hard work out there. Bars ain't open. You know, it's a shame. I mean, don't get me wrong. Patong is my spiritual home, and I will return many times before I die. But if you're looking at buying property, I wouldn't say Thailand. That's why it's cheap. What you on the surface of it, you'd think, hang on, why is property cheaper in Thailand than it is Cambodia? Because many professional investors and financial advisors are saying buy property in Cambodia. Cambodia's being tipped for the next Asian success story. Your Malaysia, your Singapore. You know, the city landscape is changing so rapidly. You know, skyscrapers, very, very fancy restaurants. It's changing so rapidly. First time I came here about 10 years, it's unrecognizable from then. The provinces ain't, but Phnom Penh is. Phnom Penh will look like Tokyo in about 15 years, I reckon. Which is a good and a bad thing. You know, these things bring good things, they bring bad things. But thankfully for the Cambodian people, there's a lot of money to be made here. And you know, it's all very well saying, yeah, but I like it how it used to be. Well, they didn't, because they were having to pick food out of bins. On the same page says, if Thailand's gone and Cambodia's a new place to be, should I go to Burma before the rush? Personally, I'll stay the hell out of Burma because it's. I was once offered to go to Kachin province where you can smuggle jade. You know, you can get a lump of jade in your pocket, and if you can get that across two borders, you can make yourself an absolute pretty packet. You can also smuggle Burmese number 4, and I had a load of mates doing it. They were just going from. They were going up through Thailand into Burma. I think they might have gone. I think Laos had something to do with it, and then just buying a couple of kilos at prices you'd never imagine. The world's finest skag, sending it back to England and turning like $5,000 into about 250 grand. So you know. I would, if you're thinking about buying property in Southeast Asia, I'm not a financial advisor, but have a look on the internet. Seriously, have a look what they're saying about Cambodia. Nice one for that donation. You've been very generous tonight. It's much appreciated. It's really appreciated. I found the Naked Lunch book I found to be a pain in the ass. Junk is excellent, but the film of Naked Lunch didn't do anything for me either. But you know, literature and films, horses for courses, different blokes for different jokes. Midnight Express is quite nice. Blow's quite, you can certainly watch Blow, but when we've still got nowhere near Drugstore Cowboy, it's it's cut from a different cloth. I'm not gonna remind everyone what was being said. Bored Troll says Cool Hand Luke is a good film to watch on Easter. There you go. Nice one. Oh, there are 4 lights. I thought Twin Town was completely unwatchable. Totally unbelievable. Those 2 brothers were just stupid. I just thought it was rubbish. But, you know, it's only subjective, isn't it? You obviously liked it. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just thought that Human Traffic was jank and Twin Town was also jank, but not quite as jank as Human Traffic. Drugstore Cowboys is a superb movie. Anyone else enjoy? Hello, Tito. Well, you know, if you knew the brothers down on Valence Road. What's the subject now, LC? Just Osric Tentacles spin-off bands? I know you do. I'll tell you what, Pizzle. I know, was it you that said you got hold of a pair of those redbacks? I've shown you them before. I won't do it again, but I've got in England, and it breaks my heart that I didn't bring them over. I've got a pair of Crockett and Jones shell cordovan boots. And they're just beautiful. And they're just sitting at my mother's house. They're not even getting their mink oil. I might have to tell my mother to get some mink oil on them. Nice one, Anglo. I won't be watching Middle East Enders. Well, if you get down the bottom of Roman Road where it's supposedly based EastEnders, steady. Bad Lieutenant is a good movie. I'll give you that, Vincent. But this is what happens here now. Hello, Rathschild. They actually are they? Well, there you go. If it was truthful, though, they'd put it in instead of the boozer. Good call, Emma. I'll tell you. Plunge microbes. The pro has just been going through as many unpleasant names as he can. No, the show ain't going to start. I've actually done the hour, I promised, but I might carry on for a bit longer. The grift has been actually quite nice. And there's nothing like a few quid to keep me talking rubbish. I do want, thank you, Plunge Microbes, for the donation. You've been very generous recently. And as always, nice one, Raymond. Watch Cambodian Express film. Oldie but good. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Absolutely never heard of it. Nice one, Raymond. I appreciate that. Is that a real film? Let me pop it in. Cambodian Express. It's a fucking food delivery joint. Movie. Anchor, Cambodian Express. There you go. 5.2 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. A Thai Italian adventure film. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to absolutely check that out. Nice one, appreciated. Celtic dropped £3 into Entropy and said hi. Nice one, Celtic. A Prasha Cuckoo. I think I might need a little bit of a wee. Hello, Shane. You all right, sir? Son. You all right, son? Yeah, Drugstore Cowboys is a different level of drug film. They just got so much. They just got so much right. Hands, you might be that is up there with Drugstore Cowboy. For English-speaking audiences, it's called Christiana F. after Christiana Felixstowe, who wrote the book about her life. She was a 14-year-old prostitute junkie, and that means the children of Barnoff Zoo. And correct me if I'm wrong, Hans, but Barnoff Zoo was a train station where all the young junkies hung out having sex with paedophiles to pay for their habits. It's a fucking Drugstore Cowboy is a lot easier to watch than Kinder von Barnoff Zoo. But it's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. Very strange movie. I watched it when I was withdrawing in Thailand, actually, and every 5 seconds I was thinking, why am I watching this? David Bowie's in it. And he's going, oh, we could be heroes, even just for one day. I was like, I don't know what's going on. But that's a good call, Hans. That is up there, actually. Well done. I don't mean to be rude. There are 4 lights, but the whole world has seen Osric Tentacles in Glasgow because they don't stop playing. Even when they get off the stage, they'll set up behind your tent and ruin your whole festival. Stinking hippies. Read my story about them. I can't remember what it's called offhand. It might be Poison Donkey Rides in my Substack. Link in the description. Anyone want to read any of my autobiographical stories? Substack, totally free. Put your email in. You'll get all the new ones as they fly in. Basketball Diaries is all right, but again, not in the same league. And, you know, even when I say these things, I'm only telling you what I think, and you're telling me what you think. There's no actual truth there. It's the great subjectivity of the movie. Clunge Microbes drops another $5. The House That Jack Built by Matt Damon is the best film I've seen for years. Great twist at the end. I've never even heard of it. Makes me feel very strange. Nice one, Clunge Microbes. I'll have a look out for that. But I've never heard of it. Oh, excuse me. Nah, Rags, the whole sartorial thing, that, you know, there's about 5 of us, and it doesn't go down well. People get angry. But I know you're talking about the bloke from the Tring shoe repair shop. No, it's a good channel. Absolutely blown up, hasn't he? That's a great call from Gaffney. EastEnders never reflected London. It tried to dictate how you're supposed to think. Yeah. This is what the East End's really like still. No, it ain't. Right, let me on the same page. I hate drugs, but I like emeralds and stones, I imagine. Yeah, drugs haven't got a lot going for them, to be honest. Let's be honest. But you know, like most things, no worries. I'm always good to fill in a missing word. Billy wants to know how you change your name so much. You just change it, don't you? It's easy. We talked about Sunnage the other day, didn't we, Shane? Right, people, Anglo. I need a wee. Pitter. Ozmeister, nice one on the 5-bit. You're not a film buff if you haven't seen Akira. Give us the one if you agree with me. Isn't that the one that got all the hoo-ha because they had, what's her name, the white bird play it? Oh, that's probably why. I was withdrawing my tits off, so I just couldn't work out why it was weird. Now I know. Great movie, though. Very difficult. Hello, Arklow Rocks. Good to see you. Well, it's like a writing platform. But Substack have just released a beta video. So people are going to be able to upload videos on their Substacks. I won't be. I'm going to keep just using it for my shorts. Hello, No Cat Popeye. Good to see you. Right, let me have a little wee, people. Billy Blog says, white man can't jump. Offensive and shit. Hello, Ryan Cruz. I'm a Htajabut enjoyer. I don't even know what that means, but if you enjoy it and no one's getting hurt, well, it's just broken down into people saying whatever they want, really. I think they know the show's going to start soon, and they're just trying to get in a bit of old nonsense. I know, Pizzle. Maybe I should just do a one-off monthly special for the likes of you and me and about 5 others of us. We get talking about proper garms, those numbers plummet. Right, while I'm having a piss, get on the old get on my Substack if you want. Ozmeister, I read your super chat out, no? Right, I need a wee woo. I went to Super Duper tonight. I'm so happy I've got a fridge full of food. And relax. Oh dear, that's a bit better. Loud and proud. Don't worry, I'll be out in a couple of shakes. It's never a good sign when someone comes out of the toilet wiping their mouth, is it? So yeah, I got so much done today. I got my whites washed. I went and had dinner with my girlfriend. I've got a galan up there. I know I said I wouldn't do it, but what are you gonna do? Ben wants to know if anyone fancies a pint. Yeah. No, that was my main point. That's why I thought people would get a bit more on it. You know, the classic style is English heritage. People think that bespoke suits and all that are Italian. The Italians copied the English. You know, Northampton is the global centre of handmade shoes. It's a real shame that people, you know, hang around in fucking their pajamas all day, but you know, you have to what you have to. Nice one, Art Glow. I hope you're all right, mate. Anyone seen the travails of the Ulster Unionist Party lad Craig Beattie? His wrongthink was discovered on Twitter. Also utterly silly. Craig Beattie. Let's have a look. So what's happened? Someone started having a chat. Footballer, Art Glow. Is it a footballer? Art Glow, confirm with me we're talking about the footballer, or otherwise I'm going to read out a load of old rubbish. Well, it is if you live here. Although I am the only man you'll see in Cambodia of an evening wearing a whistle. Check this out. There was a scrub. He might be watching this. Hello, mate. He's having a few problems actually in Thailand. Yeah, here's an example on the same page. My mate who used to live here went out to Thailand, but they're all getting shitty with his visa and all this now. And he said to me, he's probably going to have to come over here. You don't have problems like that here, mate. And I went out with a waistcoat, braces, shirt, all fully bespoke, cravat, pair of trousers, nice pair of handmade shoes. Turned up to an English. Well, it's in Phnom Penh, but it's like an English themed boozer run by an Englishman, and he just started taking the piss out of me. And I said, "What? Have you never seen a man in a suit before?" I weren't having it at all. And then my next question was, "Have you seen a mirror at all? With your expat sunburn and your dirty t-shirt? I don't know where you're getting this from, mate." And he went, "Oh, no need to get stroppy." I said, "Well, actually there is. You know, I've just been introduced to you and you're taking the piss out of the way I'm dressed. I'm an Englishman." Yeah, that line absolutely fucking done him. I'm an Englishman. Shut it. Oh, no, not the footballer. Jer says football is boring. I suppose it is if you ain't into it. Okay, UUP. Now, although Rags has done his best to educate me on the Northern Ireland situation, it's been a lot to take in. But saying search, we'll have a little look at this. No, the Sun, you can fuck off. I'm just wanting to make sure I'm up to date on the super chat. You've all been very generous. Nice one, Packer. Emma G would like the story of the bin bag. Right. After this beaty banana, we'll do the bin bag. It's not a great story, Emma, but it's a bit embarrassing for me. Right, hang on a minute, people. On the same page, Chris, what's the deal with your girlfriend's sister? She's got about 5 of them, and they've all been married off. One of them had 3 kids before she was 20. My missus was out today with a 16-year-old girl who's got 2 children. And it's not like down the estate with a pushchair and a 20 Benson and Hedges. It was all planned. That it's very. My girlfriend is nearly 24, and her family are saying, "Oi, hurry the fuck up, hurry up," because that's old for a Cambodian province girl not to have children. They want them having them. There's a reason they want them having them too. There's a very good reason. The average amount of children a province girl has, I think, is about 4.6. Oh, that's well above replacement requirements. Oh, I'm not. Thank you on the same page for that. I'm not having that. I'm not having someone slag. When you make an effort to have a bespoke shirt, waistcoat, trousers, braces, and handmade shoes, because that is actually your culture. And an Englishman, he was just threatened because he was younger than me and he looked about 20 years older than me, sitting at the bar nursing his 30th beer of the day in his crappy little... He wants an English-themed bar in Phnom Penh. Oh, let's go to Phnom Penh and go to a Weatherspoons. What? Nah, he can fuck off. He done well not to be wearing that fucking plate of pie and chips he was eating. But there you go. Don't worry, Steve. I'll sort it out. Nice one, Cyril. Right. I hope that works, Steve. Don't bother commenting because, other people will start asking for it. Thank you on the same page for the sister's girlfriend. But on the same page, if you come out here and you wanted an honest, feminine, traditional, family-oriented girlfriend stroke wife, you can get one. She'd expect you to earn money. She'd expect you to work. She'd expect you to be faithful. She'd expect you to love her. She'd expect you to love the children. She'd expect you to be a man. But if you can do that, she'll be a woman. I know, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, whoa. The whole world rocked a bit then. There are women out here that expect men to be men, and there's men out here that expect women to be women. But, weirdly, it works. Really healthy. Anglo-Saxon, hoit to that. Chris, have you replaced Class A's with working hard? Are you a workaholic? Well, I don't really, you know what I think about addiction? Addiction is a choice. I do think that I still medicate in the loose sense, by which I mean distracting myself from myself, because I'm not always at peace. There is a continual battle, but I do meditate, I do yoga. And I make a point of doing nothing occasionally. Just, I'll sit out in my garden for an hour sometimes, doing nothing, not on my phone, maybe a cup of tea. I'll also make a point of eating out or getting a cup of tea out a few times a week, not on my phone, just sitting, watching the world go by. So I do have to actively make a point of doing nothing, because otherwise I will work all the time. But this isn't work. This is a fucking privilege, to be able to come on and know that I'll have over 100 people, interesting people that I've got to know over the last 4 or 5 years, Some of you a little bit less. This is a privilege. You know, I don't go to bed till about 5 a.m. anyway, but, you know, I get up at about 2 in the afternoon. So I'm still getting 7 or 8 hours, which is more than I used to. You've only got to go back a year and I'd get 4 or 5 hours a night. So, you know, but my missus wants me to start going to bed a bit earlier, and I can understand why. It's kind of alienating, isn't it? Hello, Broken Silence. I didn't know you were here, mate. Or maybe I just forgot from earlier. Grim says, I don't have 100% clean goal. I know I want to live it up sometimes. Being sober and pissy about it just isn't me. Moderation is the name of the game. Yeah, and if you can do that, that's your answer, isn't it? That's your solution. Some people can't do that. You know, I know people who it's all or nothing. Opiates tend to be like that. Arklow says, it is indeed a nice thing to participate in, Chris. Yeah, we've been very lucky around here. Anglo, thanks for that donation, mate. I'm not sure if I actually thanked you. I just read it out. You know, I never set this thing up to form a community. It just happened. So we've been very lucky. Hello, La. John says, if it weren't for my missus, I'd be in Bodia or maybe one of the Soviet nations looking for a wife. Western women are mostly stained by their 14th birthday. Not all of it. Hashtag not all, but, you know, this is... I keep feeling like I shouldn't say what someone else said, but interestingly, Mark Collette was saying that he does, although he doesn't agree with it, he understands why a lot of men come out to Southeast Asia because of the damage that has happened to a lot of women in the West. You know, I was mentioning it yesterday. Feminism has liberated them from their own femininity. Well, great. Thanks. And that's what toxic masculinity and fragile masculinity is trying to do to men. It's trying to liberate us from who we are. Leftists, you're dozy fuckers. You ain't got a clue. Wake up. Good call, John. Clunge Microbes drops another 10. Thank you. Very generous. Amazing energy on you. Have you seen the house that... No, was it you that mentioned it earlier or someone else mentioned it? Let me type this one in as well. I'll put it on the list. The house that Jack built. Matt Damon. No, was it you or someone else already mentioned? Someone has already mentioned this for sure. House that Jack built with Matt Damon. It's really, really good. Cambodia will soon be the same as Thailand, so only temporary. Look at every other country. Not necessarily. Thailand's a military government. It's a military junta, isn't it? And it always is. You know, I don't think, cunt, you know, if you, I just said cunt then, didn't I? I wasn't calling you. I started saying country and then I went on something else. I don't think it happens like that out here, because if you take, you know, let's go down from Myanmar, the artist formerly known as Burma, then Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, all very different culturally, very different, you know, very different places to go. I don't see Cambodia going down the Thai route at all. Like, there's a lot of similarities, of course, but you know, it's like, is Poland like Sweden? Not really. There's a lot of similarities, though. Thailand kind of reached a limit. You know, Thailand reached a limit. I heard that they're trying to get rid of all the sex workers out of Thailand. Well, good luck with that, because that's half your tourist industry right there. Nice one, Clunge Microbes. But, mate, if you get out here for an holiday, let us know, and we'll have to hook up and have a cup of tea. That'll be why, Broken Silence. You're all right, actually, because the show's going to start shortly. Let's have a look at this. I don't know a lot about this sort of stuff, people. Rags, bless him, has done his best to educate me. Doug Stays. Is this what we're looking at? Scandal hit UUP chief Doug Beattie holds on to post as Edwin Poots issues writ. Yeah, I don't know enough about this. If someone in the chat wants to tell us what's happening, DUP leader Edwin Poots and his wife are suing Mr. Beattie for defamation. Oh, here we go. The gathering came after numerous historical tweets were uncovered featuring startling sexist and racist terminology. They included references to pikeys. I know pikeys who call themselves pikeys. What? Oh, startling. That's terrible. And branded people suffering mental health issues as crazies. Oh, I bet if you've got mental health issues, I bet that's a real concern for you. You know, if you're dealing with schizophrenia and you hear that some MP has said you're those crazies, no, shut it down. That's it, is it? Let's have a look at these tweets and see how bad these comments were. Yeah, ready? Oh, they haven't even got them. Well, how ridiculous is that? Oh, God. How dare you call do as you like his pikeys, and how dare you call mental people crazies? I mean, this is weakness, isn't it? We were once warriors. What the fuck has happened to us? That's a great movie, actually. If we're not, I mean, alcohol is obviously a drug, but if you want to see a movie about the damage alcohol does to the family, Once We're Warriors is brilliant. I think I mentioned it the other week. In rehab, when you watch a movie, it's like, wicked, no group therapy, we're going to watch a film. So I had 2 times over my 20 rehab career. One Friday, right? So it was like telly at school, you know, the old telly gets wheeled in. Everyone's like, yes, no fucking group therapy, lovely. Friday arvo, gonna watch a movie. And just as I was thinking this will be a nice couple of hours break, the therapist has gone to the whole group. He went, right, we're going to watch a movie called Days of Red Wine and Roses. Anyone seen it? Jack Lemmon, right? Brilliant movie about alcoholism. Black and white, made in the late 50s, I'm guessing. Days of Red Wine and Roses, yeah? So there's me thinking I'm going to have a nice, relaxing couple of hours watching a movie. And the therapist goes, he went, right. He said, you know, we don't just watch these films for entertainment. When you watch this film, think about Chris's personality and Chris's character when you watch the Jack Lemmon character. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thanks. So I'm having to now sit through a film watching this terrible alcoholic be an arsehole, knowing that everyone else is thinking, the therapist thinks Chris is like him. What an absolute letdown. The second one, of course, was Once We're Warriors. I'm about 4 days into my rattle, which is the start of the acute phase. I am in ags. There's shit coming out my bum. I'm puking in a little bag they put next to my chair. Oh, they don't let you go and lay down. No, you have to get on with your therapy, son. I'm covered in a cold, hot, milky sweat. My stomach's churning up. I'm crying at the colour of the wallpaper. And they went, right, today we're going to watch Once We're Warriors. And I thought, wicked. And it was like all these like Maoris and all like, you know, I thought, this is brilliant. Excellent. There's some fights in it. I thought, oh, this is great. Rehab's great. This will take my mind off the withdrawal. Oh, there's a few suicides. There's a bit of rape. Just go, I don't want to. No. They always stitch you up in rehab. The whole fucking thing is a scam to hurt people. Not Matt Damon, Matt Dillon. I was thinking Matt Damon. That's an unlikely man to be involved in a good movie. Right, the show's going to start shortly. I'm not impressed with those not even racist tweets. That's ridiculous. Right, where are we? Yeah, it's madness, isn't it, Andy? I hate all that digging stuff up. You know, Chris Dangerfield, he's awful. He once pissed on someone's trousers. Yeah, I was 18. I don't know why I said that. I told you the story the other day. It was all over a red. Right, let me tell you. Beau Travail about the French Foreign Legion is a good watch. Okay. Hello, Zen Maverick. Well, I thought it was more just about alcohol and families, really. I mean, you know, they could be Maoris, they could be anyone, really. I thought it was just about alcohol within families, but, you know, I was withdrawing, so it could have been about bananas, for all I know. Days of red wine and heroin. I'll tell you what, though, people, if you haven't seen that film, it's a beautiful old film, and it has got a nice kind. If you've got a drink problem, watch Days of Red Wine and Roses. It will certainly make you think about it. Plunge Microbes been very generous tonight, mate. It's a lot of very kindness. The house that Jack built, Matt Dillon, I'm thinking, is ace. Do you ever go to Thailand? Well, me and the missus wants to go to Thailand, but she hasn't got a passport. She's never left Cambodia. So weirdly, we're going tomorrow to get the application form so she can get her passport. Then I've got to get my passport renewed because it's run out of pages. But I've been to Thailand about 20 times. After the first time I went there, I just kept going back for as long as I could, as many times as I could. I had one of the most serious romances of my life with a Thai girl. It's mainly what the novel's about. Well, it's not. She's in it. But no, Patong is my spiritual home. It really affected me, that place. It's got a very, there's a place in my heart for it. Thank you, Plunge Microbes. Anyone else audio buggered? Oi. That's the name of your band. The Audio Buggers. Right, it's time for... Emma's been talking about it. Thanks for the correction. No problemo. Thanks for the donation. Yeah, Days of Red Wine and Roses. If you've got a drink problem, even if you haven't, it's a great movie, but it will make you consider. It's very well written and very well acted. I mean, Jack Lemmon's brilliant. How do you stick the heat? It's not humid, so most places have got aircon. If you go inside, they've got aircon. You don't go outside between 11 and 1 because it's too hot. I mean, this time of year, it's only about 33. It's not that bad. How does Rambo stand on junters? What? My mate Rambo lives in the province, or Sylvester Stallone? That's so random, man. I don't know what to say about that. Do you mean my mate? I don't know. Nice one, though. When did that Christmas drinking stop? About 10 minutes ago. Nice one, on the same page. Sump says Fraggle Rock is my spiritual home. Well, we all need one. Yeah, I'm not going to read that out for your benefit, Rollo. Days of Red Wine and Roses. Oh, it's just Days of Wine and Roses. 1962. Yeah, it's a smashing film. Absolutely smashing. Yeah, but in May and April, it gets up to like early 40s. But I'm fine with it. One of the reasons I came out, it was for the weather. I'm nearly 50. I can't be doing that melancholic fucking maudlin English autumn and winter. Fuck it now, man. No. First day I woke up here, it was about, because of the jet lag, it was about 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun comes up in 10 minutes because we're equatorial. So it went from black to nearly full light in 10 minutes. Electric blue, not a sky in the, not a cloud in the sky. And I said to myself, never take this for granted. And I don't. Every morning I wake up, I know it's going to be hot and sunny, and it has changed my whole outlook on life. I just don't like those English winters and autumns. I ain't got it in me anymore. They're beautiful for a couple of days, but 5 months, every year, it would get round to September and I'd be like, oh, don't do this to me again, please. And then I started spending the autumn and Christmas. I didn't have a Christmas in England for about 10 years. I'd be in Thailand or Cambodia. And so then I thought, well, there's a better way around here. Rag says, Chris, buy me a beer so I can donate. You don't need to donate, Rags. You do so much for this stream anyway. That's very kind offer. I was thinking about getting it, but it's just another thing. But is it? I think Jimmy said they got rid of PayPal, so I might get it. All right, I'll have a look into it. But Rags, really, you do a lot of work for this stream. I'm an alky. The thing is, Katom, they call that in Thailand. But then Katom stops working. Yeah, but you don't use Katom to maintain your habit. You use Katom to taper off the alcohol. It doesn't cure alcoholism. There's no such thing as addiction. You drink because you want to. And the reason you want to is because you don't feel at peace with yourself when you're not out of your head. So, I could tell you that heroin cures alcoholism. The amount of people I know have said that, I've heard so many people say that. No, heroin saved my life. I was drinking myself to death. Or get on speed, get on anything. You just need anything. And then you get people who give up all drugs, and then they just create dramas in their lives because you need to sort yourself out. Or you'll continually seek to medicate yourself, whether that's through substances, behaviors. When I got clean at 35, I was seeing 3 or 4 prostitutes a day. I was like, yeah, I'm clean. I'm fucking skint, and I'm down the GUM clinic again. The booze isn't the problem. The booze is a solution that worked for a while and has now become part of the problem. But once you take that away, that's when the real problems start. That's when you got to start thinking, fuck me, why can't I just be with myself? And I'll be honest with you, it's usually trauma. Not always. If you want to talk about that, ping me an email. I might not be able to help, but I might be able to help. Nice one for the donation. You've been ridiculously generous on this stream. Right, let me tell you about this bin bags, right? I feel like I've built it up too much now. I don't know what's happening with my vapes. I feel like I need a big tug of a vape before I get onto the story. Hang on a minute. Fucking hell, man. Nearly took my throat out, that one. Hang on a minute. Ozmeister, I've seen that super chat. I'll deal with it in a moment. Hang on. I know the problem I've made there. There you go. Right. Where's Osmeister? Hello, mate. Thanks for that, lady. Remember I told you I've got Crohn's disease? I haven't been to Thailand because I'm worried the food will kill me. I can't eat Thai dishes. Oh, you'll be able to buy plenty. What do you want to eat? Pizza. There's plenty of like Lebanese food, pita breads, hummus, salads. No, you'll be fine. What can't you eat? Like spicy food and chilies and that. Yeah, you'll be fine. Barbecue prawns all over the place. No, you'll be fine. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but if you've been living with Crohn's, you're aware of things being a little bit more difficult. You'll be able to wake up and have an English breakfast. It's very, very anglicized. Thailand is, if you go somewhere like, or any, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Pattaya, don't go to Pattaya with your missus. Patong, don't go to Patong with your missus. Take your missus to Koh Samui, and you can eat plenty of. You'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Not so much in Cambodia, though. I must say that, unless of course you get an apartment rather than a hotel, and then you can just go to the supermarket and cook the kind of stuff you usually eat. Right, here we go. Let me just tell you this bags. It's not a big one, but I just remembered it because I was editing a bit of my novel earlier and I come across it and I took it out of the novel and I thought it's still quite funny. Right, so some of you know that one of the titles for the novel is 40,000 spikes or 60,000 spikes. I've done the maths and it's actually 70,000. I have injected myself about 70,000 times in my lifetime of using. And I have done the maths, and I think that's actually a low number. It was like 10, 20 times a day. And if you do the maths, you'll get to those numbers. But 40, it's got the nice rhythm to it, hasn't it? 40,000. It sounds better than sort of 70,000. The rhythm's better. 40,000 spikes. And so I was thinking about, that's a lot of spikes, right? When I was living in the squat in Bethnal Green, it was all lovely at the beginning, but it started going downhill when we all got on the junk. And in one of the rooms, we lifted up all the floorboards one winter to burn them in the fire to keep us warm. So now the floorboards aren't there. So you've just got those little gullies with the horizontals, yeah? And people are just sticking pins in, and then with the pin, if you're lucky, the lid got put on it, and then it just went down one of those little holes. So, if you brought a bird back and she went, oh, what's in this room? You'll be like, yeah, steady. It's a bit like Indiana Jones in there. There's spikes coming out of all directions. So I was in my house in Soho once and I'd relapsed. Now, when you're doing 10, 15 a day, let's say, and you've got a couple of mates coming round and they're doing 5 while they're there, half gouching out and all that, very quickly you build up a lot of spikes. And I didn't used to use the sin bins. I had this big wicker basket. One of the old ones with... And I just used to throw my spikes in there. Then when it was full, and this wicker basket stood about 3.5 foot tall. When it was full, which only took about 4 or 5 weeks, I'd empty it all into a bin bag and then into another dustbin bag because you can see through them so that, people couldn't see where it was. And I'd chuck it out in the front of my building. There was a restaurant downstairs, and that was that. So the bottom line is, about every 5 weeks, I'd empty this big wicker basket of needles and associated paraphernalia into a bin bag, right? And I thought, well, while I'm at it, and I should have known better, and because I did before, but I was a bit worse for wear. I chucked a load of other rubbish in it, right? Stuff that was laying around. I thought, well, before I take it out, I don't need all this shit. Don't need all that. That's been laying on there for months. That letter's not getting dealt with. Throw that in there. Throw that. Tied it all up at the top. Took it downstairs. Put it where we put our bins. Went back home. Smoked a few biffs. Had a few hits. Thought nothing of it. Now, I get up in the morning at about 9:30. And I'm waiting for the postman. For the dark web, I'm waiting for my 10 grams of Burmese number 4 to arrive. And there's a bit of a hoo-ha. And I can hear it. And I'm just waiting in the downstairs corridor for that letterbox to open. And my lovely Frank Matthews, what was that dark website called? It weren't Dream Market. I always forget the name of that one. Anyway, I hear this hoo-ha outstairs. So I open the door, and what's happened is, in the night, a couple of foxes or rats or whatever, they've shredded the bag open to get some food that I'd obviously chucked in there, like the remnants of some KFC or something. And there's fucking thousands of 1 mil and 2 mil needles with blood in them and bits of shit. And the restaurant downstairs is going fucking AWOL because this is all on the pavement in front of their restaurant. And no one's going to tidy it up. Everyone's going, I ain't going near them. I ain't going to get the AIDS. Now, I didn't want to go, you're not going to get AIDS from them. AIDS doesn't survive out of the human body for more than about a second. The only way you can get AIDS by sharing needles is if you put it in, pull the blood into the syringe, hit half of it, and then give that to someone else. I've never seen a junkie do that. No one shares someone else's blood, ever. It's just rubbish. Anyway, not saying that someone hasn't, but I've never seen that, and I've seen most things in that world. Anyway, while they're all moaning, now I've got the French restaurant next to us. He's out. Whoa. I've got the Taiwanese restaurant below me, who I know, by the way. Oh, what are we going to do? Someone's on the phone, Westminster Council. I've got the people from fucking Pret a Manger over the road come out. There's thousands of these needles and all the other stuff. And then the woman who owns the Taiwanese, she said, well, look, it's easy to find out whose it is. There's letters in that bag. And I thought, oh, yes, there is letters in there. There's my broadband bill. There's my BT Sport bill. There's all those letters I chucked in there last night with Christopher Dangerfield written on them. And I went, whoa. I said, everyone just calm the fuck down, which was an incredible bit of acting because the last thing I was calm. there's no real story to this, but I just went, look, can everyone just calm? What I was basically saying was, I beg you not to take those letters out. I absolutely beg you not to take those letters out. I just went, can everyone just calm down? I said, look, I think we're all being a little bit hysterical here. I said, look, go and get me a broom. Someone get me a broom and some bin bags. I'll fucking do it. Come on, what's up with you all? She's come out with a broom and like a little, what do you call it, a dustpan and brush and some bin bags. And I've gone, they're only bloody needles. Come on. I don't think we need all this. We don't want to sit here looking at these all day. I mean, you know, what do we want? People to think we're bloody drug addicts or something? Playing all this, sweeping all these, putting them in bin bags, getting those letters, put them at the bottom. And thank the fucking Lord when that fucking dust cart come down the road. I went, there you go, Bob's your uncle. Don't worry, I'll take them. Like 5 of them. Get in there. There you go. Don't know what you were worried about. See, what a weird way to get nearly rumbled, eh? Well, we can find out who they are. There's plenty of letters in there with them. Dun 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 dun. What's the name says I give up. I'm gonna jump. Oh no, it was a shocker, man. An absolute shocker. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. What, Ian? What are they? Why are they dangerous? Tell me why they're dangerous. Serious. I mean, I'm always up for being. I don't think used needles are dangerous. What sickness are you going to get from them? And this isn't me being. Well, you must know, Pizzle. You've been there, haven't you? I just DNA. Let's find out who these are. Oh, good Lord. I just think, there was a big scare in the 80s. I think really what it was, I think they wanted to take a bit of the dairy off the gays in the 80s. You can't, AIDS does not survive on a needle. You take it out of your body, that is dead within about a second. Same with Hep C. It just doesn't survive that long. The only way you can transmit that to someone is if you, like I said, put it in, pull blood into the syringe, inject half of it, give it to someone else, they put it in their vein, and they put the rest in. And in like 2/3 of my adult life using, I never saw that. Oh, you mean you've seen that? Well, fair enough. I'm not saying people don't do it, but none of us ever did. But then, I wasn't around when all my using was when you could get an AIDS bag from Boots. It wasn't an issue. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did notice that, Andrew. I did notice that. And it was a little bit duty calls, wasn't it? I can't believe you remembered the legendary Dr. Rackpool. Well, they can have their eyes out, but an unused needle can have your eyes out as well. I mean, it's not a very nice thing to have a used needle jab you, but I think there's a lot of hysteria around it. Have you heard of needle stick injuries? I have not. No, I know people who've broken needles into their veins. Oh dear. Yeah, but I just explained that it doesn't survive long enough. It's got to be in the blood, and it's like I said, people just don't use them. Nice one, Quadrex. A little bit better than talking about dirty needles, isn't it? In fairness. Oh, sorry, Ian. You know how it works. On here. Apologies. Yeah, I think so. What's the name? Do you know what's her face? Yes, dislike button with someone else's blood still in it. It's just not a thing, And they've got to have EP. It's a lot of things. Not necessarily Baz interferon. There's even newer things that get rid of. Even Hep C can be cured now. But I mean, I did use some ones that I'd found occasionally, but oh, that's not nice. I mean, this is going to sound ridiculous, but it pisses me off because there's no need for that. Just this. If you're going to use junk, be a little bit considerate about people who ain't. There you go, Raymond. A little bit more learning. I notice the grift always dries up when we get on to. Anyway, look, we're nearly on 2 hours. It's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning here. What have you cheeky bastards done to me? Get me talking. Now I've got another night where I ain't getting any sleep. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm joking, of course. I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. Special thanks to everyone who donated. Special thanks to Rags, Moslab, Steve Cray for moderating and looking after the place. Special thanks to all of you lot. You lot have been on absolute top form tonight. My missus is in town. I don't usually stream twice a day. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'll be with her, so it's very unlikely. Probably just one. Well, definitely at least one. Saturday, Sunday, I'm working on my novel, but I'll squeeze 2 a day in for Saturday and Sunday because it gets me away from the novel for a couple of hours. Nice one, people. Get on my Substack if you ain't already on it. Link in the description. Read the stories. Let me know what you think. Always a pleasure. Even if you don't like them, doesn't bother me. Nice to know that you've read them. Let me know why you don't like them. Let me know why you do like them. Our pal has requested anesthetic. All right, I will do that for you, Mr. Pizzle. This will be my band from many years ago that I fucked up because I preferred a bit of crack to a bit of the music industry, essentially. Thank you all. I'll see you later. I will put your messages on the screen, but I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to shoot myself. I'm going to loot myself. I'm going to toot myself. Ta-da! Always happens, doesn't it? Always happens. It's always that last one. It's always that last one. The show's about to start, by the way, people. This is a song called Anesthetic. Ta-da!
Send me for elastic, I'm fantastic. I got geometry, it's pretty drastic. Coochie coochie tiger, where can I hide ya? Your roar's too loud, mate. They're gonna find ya. Anesthetic again. Yeah, you're looking pretty rough, son. Your life's coming undone. Everywhere you go, you seem to know someone. I want to change my life, mum. I don't know what's going on. I pick up all the pieces, fall, and then I drop them. Anesthetic again. And I am here now and then.
It is nearly Friday.
Cause absence is everything. Yeah, and aesthetic. Yeah.
I will play new tunes afterwards. I will do that.
This is the next line. I wrote it when I felt fine. Now it's pointless. That's the effect of time. How did I get it there? Whisper it in my ear. I don't know myself. At least I ain't got my health. And that's it again. And I am here now and then. Cause absence.
Look after yourself, plastic.
And that's it. Yeah. Again.
Nice one for that dislike button. That's a hefty old donation. I'm going to play a little bit of New Shoes. Nice one, dislike button. Yeah, this will be the last one, though. I've really got to get some sleep in. I've got to do some fucking work as well. It's all going lovely. Where's that damn New Shoes? Where's that damn New Shoes gone? There she is. Ta-da! Cheers, Frenchie! Thank you very much, dislike button. I'm muting myself. Thank you, Frenchie. I'm muted.
I'm stupid, I'm lazy, but in the discotheque I still look crazy. Love me, baby, I only tell lies 'cause the truth escapes. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. I'm knackered, I'm fading, but in the right light I still look vaguely human. Happy, it won't be long before we cave in. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. You can get the blues.
Cheers, Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy.
Heroin addiction, it's on its line. I need you, love me, and I feel the same again tonight. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. You can get the blues. Get the blues.
Cheers, Grim.
You can get the
Bespoke. Essentially bespoke, I think, Rune. And there you go, and that's the end of the show. Billy, when you said that Hep C survives on a needle for 63 days, was that the first article you found on the internet, which is probably about 8 years old, because that's all been completely debunked? They've, you know, if you're not going to trust the mainstream media here, it's weird to trust it there. But you know, the crowd does go wild. The crowd does go wild. I love you lot too, all of you, every single one of you. Bless you all. I will see you tomorrow morning about 9:30, 10 o'clock UK time. Hoita!